This book is called Lucky Old Leprechaun Comes to America, and it's written and illustrated by Jana Dillon. So thank you so much for this great book. We've got the whole Irish crew reading with us. We've got a leprechaun and our little mouse. All right, let's get started. Leprechauns like it fine, just fine in Ireland, the land where they were born. So how did leprechauns in America get here? That's a good question, isn't it? Most of them arrived the same way as that rogue Lucky old leprechaun. Lucky lived close to the O'Brien cottage. Now old Uncle Patrick O'Brien had been taking care of his 3 wee grandnieces while their parents, Mr. and Mrs. O'Sullivan, were in America looking for the big house and the big job. He'd been busy all spring and summer with Kathleen, the daydreamer, Bridget, so sweet and gentle, and bossy baby Maura. But today, Uncle Patrick was saying goodbye to the girls. "When you leave tomorrow morning to join your ma and dad in America, I'll miss you so much," he said with tears in his eyes. "I'll have no family here. I'll be all alone, just by myself alone." "Come with us, Uncle Patrick," begged sweet Bridget. "Come to America." Oh, "I wish I could," Uncle Patrick sighed, "but I'm too poor to afford the ticket." "What are you talking about?" asked Kathleen, who hadn't been paying attention. "Oh, please come," said baby Maura. "Please, Uncle Patty." Oh, cute little baby. He shook his head no, so she stamped her foot. Baby Maura said, "Please." "Alas, all I have in this world is the cow," he sighed, but his eyes twinkled. "And the treasure." "The treasure," repeated Bridget as Kathleen snapped to attention. "Hush," said Uncle Patrick. "Come inside." He tiptoed over to the windows and drew the curtains. "I've been saving the treasure all these years for you. This is yours to take to America." He reached up in his chimney and brought down an ancient box. "I dug it up while plowing the field," said Patrick. "These old letters carved in the box spell Brian Boru, High King of Ireland in days gone by." "This is 1,000 years old," whispered Kathleen. "Ooh, ooh, ooh, open it, open it." Uncle Patrick passed out the treasure. Here, the crown, the torque, and the gold of King Brian himself. "Pretty," cried baby Maura. Uncle Patrick clapped his hands in delight. "And you, being O'Briens on your mother's side, are descended from Brian Boru. It's only fitting that his treasure has come to you." Oh, what's baby Maura grumpy about? Let's see. "No," said Kathleen, "we can't take it. You're poor and you need it." "She's right," said Bridget. "Our da has a good job now in America." "Then baby Maura will take it," said Uncle Patrick. "Here, Maura." "No," shouted baby Maura. She crossed her arms and frowned at him. "You're a pack of stubborn donkeys," cried Uncle Patrick. "You'll take it if I say so." "We love you, Uncle," said Bridget tenderly. "That's why we do this." "We love you too much to take it," said Kathleen, hugging him. "Love you, Uncle Paddy," said baby Maura. She kissed his knee. "Sure, and it looks like I'm defeated," said Uncle Patrick under their hugs. "Who can argue with the 3 of you?" Later that evening, didn't Uncle Patrick the rogue send them outside to say goodbye to the cow? Then he sneaked into their room, into their suitcases. He hid the torque in Kathleen's, the crown in Bridget's, and the bag of gold in Maura's. "You can come in now, ladies," he called. "Kiss the cow goodbye. It's now tea time." Not far from the cottage, Lucky old Leprechaun was busy cobbling shoes. Suddenly he smelled the one thing that he loved more than anything else in this world: gold. Now surely that fine scent can't be coming from poor old Patrick O'Brien's cottage. The leprechaun followed his nose to the open window. Uh-oh, look what he found. "That's why my name is Lucky," he laughed. "It is gold, all right." With that, he leaped through the window and into Kathleen's suitcase. He surfaced with the torque. Then he burrowed down into Bridget's suitcase. "Oh, I remember this crown on the head of Brian himself. How are ya? But I smell more gold." He dived into baby Maura's suitcase. "Brian's bag of gold! Hee hee hee." Just then, uh-oh, look at the leprechaun in the suitcase. Just then, in walked the sisters with their rag dolls to pack. "Begosh," muttered Lucky, ducking. He pulled the treasures to the bottom of baby Maura's suitcase and hid himself in her hat. Mine lumpy, said Baby Mora, pointing. There's something hard in Mora's suitcase, said Bridget. Bridget fished around. Out came the treasure. That Uncle Patrick. How absent-minded of him, said Kathleen. We told him this. No, Kathleen, said Bridget. He hid it for us. But he's the one who needs it. I'll hide it under our pillows. He'll find it after we're gone. Bridget giggled and hid the gold, while Kathleen locked the suitcases. Little did she know that she was locking Lucky old Leprechaun inside the suitcase. The next morning, Uncle Patrick said goodbye, with tears pouring down his cheeks. I'll never see you again, never see you grow up, never, never. Of course you will, said Kathleen. 1 gold coin buys a ticket. Uncle Patrick smiled a bit, thinking the treasure was still hidden in their suitcases. I would never touch it anyway, not a cent. It is yours. The girls began to cry. Then we truly will never see you again. On the boat to America, Lucky old Leprechaun tried to escape every time Kathleen forgot to close Mora's suitcase, but Bridget was always too close and quick to lock it back up. To Lucky, locked inside the suitcase, the voyage seemed to take forever. At last, he felt the ship dock. He heard Mr. and Mrs. O'Sullivan smothering the girls with big hugs and kisses. He heard them say they were driving in a car. This is better than rocking on waves aboard a ship, he muttered, and then he fell asleep. Bam! Lucky was awakened when the suitcases were slammed onto the bed. Kathleen opened Baby Mora's suitcase for her. The clothes shifted, and out staggered the little manny in green. His head was reeling. I am starving, he muttered. Uncle packed us our own dear little leprechaun, cried Kathleen. Oh, my goodness. A pet? Lucky old Leprechaun looked up. Musha, he cried. He knew he couldn't escape with all 3 girls staring at him. People catch leprechauns by holding them in their sight. Unless all 3 children blinked at the same exact time, he was trapped. Of course, he could be set free if he granted them each a wish. But wouldn't you know, leprechauns do not like granting wishes. They're afraid somebody might ask for their pot of gold. He tried to trick them. Have some manners, close your eyes, but the 3 surprised sisters didn't even blink. He tried to trick them again by sneezing loudly. Achoo! Baby Mora blinked, but Kathleen and Bridget kept gazing at him. You creatures, grumbled himself, giving up. Don't you kids know anything? If I grant you a wish, then I can go. Sweet Bridget sighed. I wish you were friendly. Granted, Bridget, me darling, he said himself with a bow. For you, I'll be charming. He danced an Irish jig that set them all laughing. Now, Bridget, me honey darling, he said sweetly, tell your sisters to darken my day with their greedy wishes. I have a wish, cried Baby Mora. I wonder what her wish is going to be. Let's see. No, Mora, don't. Wait for my help, warned Kathleen. Watch me, Mora. I wish, she said, Uncle Patrick could live with us in America. Suddenly downstairs they heard their mother shout, Patrick! And their father boom, welcome! And Uncle Patrick say, this is the strangest thing. I just blinked and I was here. Lucky old Leprechaun whispered to Baby Mora, quick, what's your wish? Kathleen didn't notice his trick. She was daydreaming about wishes. Wait, Mora, warned Bridget. Kathleen, she'll wish for candy or a doll. But stubborn Baby Mora wouldn't wait. Oh no, what did she wish for? I wish treasures, cried Baby Mora. I want torque crown bag of gold. Suddenly, Baby Mora was wearing the crown and the torque and holding the bag of gold. For a brief moment, Lucky old Leprechaun stared at his beloved, the gold. Then he said, ta-ta, Bridget, me darling, and he leaped out the window into their garden. Kathleen and Bridget cried, good job, Mora, and they clapped their hands. These are O'Brien family heirlooms, said Kathleen. Let's keep them in the family forever, said Bridget, for their history. Pretty, said Baby Mora. Pretty treasure, and their beauty, said Bridget. Then the 3 sisters raced downstairs to show the family the treasures and to wish Uncle Patrick 100,000 welcomes to America. Out in the garden, Lucky old Leprechaun set up his house, fine as you please, under a thorn bush. Then he went out to explore his new American neighborhood, with his nose at the ready to sniff out his great love, gold. So he was looking for more gold. Did you guys like that book? The story of how you guys got to America in a suitcase? That was a funny way to travel. Well, I hope you guys liked Lucky old Leprechaun Comes to America. Come read more with us soon. Bye.